All right, so just a couple of updates from DataPoints here, just the latest and what's happening. Few things. First of all, if you were with us in January, you knew that we were having our annual updates to the investor profile mapping. So again, just for those of you who are new, every year we update the mapping information that goes alongside the investor profile scores. Those are provided and those are updated from our partners at the Financial Planning Performance Lab. And that is to ensure that our scores and the insights that are given back to you and to your clients reflect the prior year's performance in the stock market. So that has been updated. Those are available. If you go to the knowledge base or help center, we will have those maps as well, so you can find them there too. Couple of things related to how we, our packages, really our pricing and packages, those will be updated for any new customers or anyone that is changing packages. So that will occur later on in February. That, like I said, will only affect folks that are new. So if you haven't signed up yet, which most of you have, or if you are changing. So if you are thinking about moving from, let's say, the investor mindset package to the journey package, which has all of our assessments, this would definitely be the time to do that, because that is changing pretty significantly at the end of February. Another thing that we're going to be doing this month, moving into March as well, is really getting your feedback about where we need to spend our time in terms of product development and enhancement. We have two potential initiatives that we are considering. They're pretty significant. They're a little bit different than some of the things that we've done in the past. One is around advisor coaching and having some coaches and things like that available. And the other is around our risk tolerance and the way that we present that information back to you. So please look for that in your email here in the next couple of weeks. We'll have a link to that survey. We'd love to get your feedback. That really does, again, I've said this before, but we're small and nimble enough to make changes as the advisors that we work with share their feedback and so forth. So definitely share your thoughts, and we will include those in our product strategy. If you haven't signed up for Shift, it is happening at the end of March, and it is going to be in Orlando, Florida. So, again, last year was the first Shift conference, and it really was, for those of you who went, you probably remember this, really was a meeting of the minds around the behavioral side of financial planning. Really, all of the folks that were there, whether they were speaking or the advisors that were attending, really had a different perspective on working with clients, one that I think ultimately benefits the client, because it blends, obviously, the expertise of a financial planner with the psychology of financial planning. And so from the sessions on marketing to those, in terms of working with couples, I think that you will find that it is a great conference. And you can also get $100 off registration if you want to join. I know there are a few spots left. They purposefully keep it small, so I think it only has 250 to 300 advisors that attend. But again, you're welcome to use that if you want to attend. A couple other things that are coming up at DataPoints. So on the 13th, we are going to have a session Tuesday. So every other Tuesday is our demo for those for those folks who aren't working with us yet. But this one, we are going to be focusing on the Refocus test. We've had a lot of questions about it. A lot of folks interested in using it. It is, again, designed to help understand a client's approach, or we would say attitudes, towards retirement. And so we will be doing a demo next week on Tuesday at this time, and I put that into the chat so that you have a link to it, where we'll, again, be showing a demo, but also focused specifically on Refocus, the retirement approach test. This is one I've shared this with some of you before, but this is the one test where my husband and I both took it, and it really opened up some conversations around what we wanted retirement to look like. And it was not the same, which led to some interesting conversations about our retirement planning. So I really hope that you'll take a look at that test. If you're not using it yet, consider using it. You can take it if you don't have it in your account today. If you go to datapoints.com/retirement, you can actually take Refocus. We have a live version there for you. Our next Tuesday training session, live training, will be on the 27th. We're kind of skipping a week. We have winter break for my kids here in Atlanta, and so we will not be having training that week, but so we will be pushing that off to the 27th. So be sure to sign up for that. You can sign up for that in the Help Center. And then, like I said, if you are headed to Shift, I'd love to see you. I'll be speaking on March 25th, bright and early. I think it's 9:15, 9:10, something like that. So hope to see you guys there. All right, so now is the time in our session, our live training, where we open it up to questions. I have obviously the questions that you submitted when you registered. And if you are viewing this after on the recording, we have those. So I will be focused on those here in just a second. But if you do have any additional questions, feel free to type those into the Q&A box, and I'll get to those at the end as well. So a couple of themes around the questions that came in this week had to do with just kind of an overview of our assessments. And when we send out this recording, or when we link it, and we actually link it into the Help Center, the knowledge base, we will share a video tutorial that really walks through all of our tests. It's probably the best way to get to know our tests, is to watch that video, also to take them. So we really strongly recommend that you take all of the assessments that you have available inside your account, so that you can become familiar with the kind of content that comes back, the kind of scores, as well as the advisor report, because that's really what you would use to walk through the results with your clients. So we did have a lot of questions about kind of overview basics about our assessments, and those are the two resources I would recommend. It's, again, we've got a tutorial and the knowledge base, and I'll link to that, as well as just taking the assessments and starting there too. One question we've had asked quite a bit is, how can I build something, a page maybe on my website, where all of the tests can be linked and my clients can just go and start taking them? You can absolutely do that. We would recommend that that's done behind like some kind of wall of some sort, where, a client portal or something like that. And you can use our auto start feature, which I'll show in just a minute, to create that. And basically what that does is it allows any contact that's already in your DataPoints account to enter their email address and start taking a test. So I'll show you an example of that here in just a second when we head over to the demo, but that's the best way to create a page where your clients can take any of our tests. And again, that is for our, what we call advised tests, or the client discovery tools, not the marketing quizzes. Those are a little bit different. So let's see, a couple other theme around just taking advantage, of what we offer. Couple of ways. The first would be to include those marketing quizzes on your website, in your email, on your signature line. Check your financial wellness here with a link to it. We have a lot of examples on the Help Center, or in the Help Center, and I will share those with you as well. But that's one way to just take advantage of the things that we offer. And then the other is to use our tests and invite some of your contacts or clients that are really good at giving you feedback, whether that's good or bad feedback, and having them assess the tests, take the test, tell you what they think. That would be one way to take advantage of what we offer as well. So two quick ways to get started. All right, so with that, we'll head over and we'll address some of the questions that we had. Of course, if you have other questions and you weren't able to get them answered, during our time today, you always, go start at help.datapoints.com. That's our knowledge base, and see if the question is there. We've got pretty robust set of references and tutorials and things like that. Or you can always send us an email at support@datapoints.com, and that's the best way to reach our entire team. All right, so we're going to head over to the platform, take a quick look at a few things just to let you know where things are, where the updates are, and all that good stuff. So the first thing I wanted to mention, again, going back to the Help Center, we'll head over here to the knowledge base. So this is the knowledge base. Just wanted to let you know where that investor profile information is so you can know a little bit more or learn a little bit more about the mapping and the updates that happened over the last couple weeks. So if you go to the investor profile category here, you will see the mapping information. So we'll go down here to the mapped portfolios. And we have links to all of the investor profile charts, so you can see prior years mapping information as well. And then we also have just a little bit of information about how that map was created. Again, this is from our partnership with the Financial Planning Performance Lab, and it's also included in the technical report. So if you need something to maybe help you fall asleep, maybe help you just, again, learn a little bit about how we did what we did when we created this assessment, that's included in the technical report. So again, this is under the knowledge base. That's at help.datapoints.com and under the investor profile. So that's where that information is. Another feature that we have as well that I just wanted to make sure that you saw was the auto start feature. And that's really when we are creating, or rather when you're trying to create a client portal page, this is what you would look for. So let me just pull that up really quickly. Thought we had that up, but maybe we don't. There we go. So you can create, again, a portal page with some information. Here's content, kind of sample content you can include for each of our tests. So we've got building wealth, financial perspectives, investor profile. Here's again a kind of an email campaign. If you want to send your current clients a link to take our test, we've got a template here too. And the way that you would, again, link to each of these assessments is by going back and pulling that auto start piece. So I'm going to show you how to do that too. And here we go, automatic start. So when you go into your DataPoints account, you'll have a link to the automatic start feature. So I'm going to pull that up. Here's our Fab Wealth. This is our fake account here. I'm going to pull up the investor profile. So that's our risk tolerance questionnaire and our investor personality questionnaire. So let's pull that up really quickly and take a look. So again, we've got some description of what that test is here. You can preview it. You can invite one of your contacts to take it. That will send or create a URL. So you don't, that's one, if you want to do that one by one, can view results and things like that. But if you want to skip invitations and create one page in your client portal, you can copy and paste the automatic start button. And so really what that does, I'm going to copy the URL here so you can take a look at what that looks like. It allows you to, again, have a way for your contacts who are already inside the DataPoints account to enter their email address and start taking the test. So we'll see if I'm allowed to do that here. I may have just already taken it recently. So I can go ahead and get started because the system has checked that I'm already in Fab Wealth's account and I can get started and take the test. So that is how you can create that portal, again, by going to the assessments page link and selecting the test that you're interested in, and then copying and pasting this automatic start feature. That will let you do, like I said, allow you to create a kind of client portal page. The other thing we talked just briefly about today was using our Engage marketing quizzes. And that's, again, a really easy way to get started to add our behavioral assessments to your practice. And we've got some examples here. This is on our homepage, or rather on our website page, where we've embedded some of the quick quizzes, our marketing quizzes, what we call Engage quizzes, onto our website. And for example, if we wanted to ask our website visitors if they spend like the millionaire next door, let's find out, we can include a link to our Engage quiz. And this pop-up option actually allows your website visitor to take the test without having to leave your website. So it just creates this pop-up experience for them. And then they'll just click through and respond to, again, about 6 to 10 questions, depending on which quiz you are using. And once they are finished, it will ask them for their name and information. So we'll just make up a name here. And once they've done that, they will see their results. So it looks like I'm more of a free spender than a focus spender. So if we were using the language of the millionaire next door, it looks like I might not quite be close to being a millionaire next door, but it does give me some ideas, some bullet points, suggestions, and it also directs me back to working with Fab Wealth. So again, this information is reminding your website visitor to work with you and work with your firm to improve the way that I'm thinking about spending or the way that I am spending. And again, there's some options inside the platform where you can redirect your visitors somewhere else. So if I hit continue, it's going to take me somewhere else, or I can just close the window. And the way where these, again, this is a little different than what I just showed you related to the investor profile, but this is under our marketing tab here. And so if you go in, you can go to what we call links, and that's where you can create all these different links to take quizzes. You can put them on landing pages, websites, you can use them in social media ads and all those good things. And that is how you can use these particular quizzes and really get value from working with DataPoints right away. So again, Greg just took the spending patterns test, and so I can see his results here and see what kind of spender. Again, looks like more of a free spender. It looks like I do a lot of impulse shopping and I might shop for fun. So again, if we were reaching out to this particular prospect, we would already have a little bit of information about the way that this prospect views money and the way that they spend. And so you would be able to customize your outreach to them based on this information. All right, let's see. So we've gone through the assessments overview. I will show you, just going back to our knowledge base, there is a page when we were talking about just kind of the basics of DataPoints and getting started and learning about the tests. We have several different, again, resources for this, but one is also just kind of a description of each test. And so if you are looking to learn about the assessments, again, we've got a pretty detailed explanation of each one. And of course, we have tutorials for each one as well on the knowledge base. All right. So let's see, we did also had a question about the Wealthbox integration. So I wanted to make sure that we address that really quickly. So if you are working with us and you also use Wealthbox, we have a direct integration into Wealthbox. So if you go under account integrations, you'll see the options that we have. We also integrate into Zapier. So if you are connected to another CRM and need data sent, you can use that as well. But we do integrate directly into Wealthbox. So I'm going to pull up our fake Wealthbox account, and we can take a look at what that looks like. So inside Wealthbox, what that means is that anytime a lead or a prospect or a contact of yours or a client of yours takes a test, you're able to then go in and see their results. So here we can see, for example, I'm going to scroll down. Here is where, for example, I took the building wealth test, and we can see that all of my scores were sent as a note to Wealthbox, which makes it really easy, again, for outreach, because I can go in and say, okay, this is a client that's scoring low overall. So that's the overall score, wealth potential. But she's scoring high on confidence and low at everything else. And quite frankly, again, for those of you who've been with us for a long time, you know that that combination of really high confidence with low scores on everything else, that could be a super challenging client to work with, because they feel like they know everything, right? They feel like they're very confident, but yet they're not frugal. They're not able to focus on kind of the details around financial management. They don't have this sort of long-term perspective about monitoring what's happening in their financial life and their long-term plans. But I know that, and I can have that information inside Wealthbox as a note as well. So just so you know, that is available. It also, again, will show you the engaged scores. So you can see, again, we've got Kat that took the test. She took the financial wellness test. We can see that she scored at the 15th percentile, which means there's a lot of room for me to add value to her based on that score. If she's really viewing her financial life as being, really, really low, that's a place where I can add value to. So hopefully that helps you kind of understand how the Wealthbox integration works. All right. So let's see. Had a question about the integration and how you set that up. Yep. So if you go under, we'll go under here. So we won't configure it again, but the way that you do that is through an access token, and then inside Wealthbox under integrations, you can add that DataPoints integration there. So that is one way to do that. I don't have all the steps right in front of me here, but inside the knowledge base, we have, there we go, under API access. So you're able to add data points there. And you can also, if you go, like I said, under the knowledge base, you can search for Wealthbox, and that will give you the information to set that up. And I'll make sure we send that in the chat too. All right. Let's see. Anything else that I can answer? If you do have any other questions, I think I got to the one about the investor profile already. Let's see. And we've got a couple. We had one about engage. Yep. So I think we covered that one too. So yep, happy to stick around for a few more minutes and answer questions that you might have. Again, strongly recommend that you go to help.datapoints.com and search there. You can also email us, like I said, at support@datapoints.com if you have any questions. We also have a place on the knowledge base for you to fill out a ticket. If you see an error or something is going on and you need some help, you can do that as well. But for now, I'll go ahead and stop our recording. Thank you for working with us. Thanks for joining me this afternoon, and let us know if we can help.